So I think by now most of you've heard of the ePIF, you've heard of these ePIF portals, and quite simply the AFGC has created a standard for content that is needed for labeling in the Australia-New Zealand market. They've given the specification to three of us, and Oakbarrel Software is one of the three approved suppliers. We built an online portal, a cloud-based portal that you can go to and enter the data, approve the data, and distribute the data. And so what I'm going to talk about is a little bit about how that happens, some benefits, some use cases, and hopefully get you interested in getting started with the ePIF portal. So again, kind of the difference is we're going from people entering data into a spreadsheet, sending spreadsheets, having to store spreadsheets, having to find spreadsheets, having to figure out which version of the spreadsheet has been used, to an online system. So when you log in, you'll see the current specification for the type of data that you're entering. There are different types. There's a flavor, an ingredient, retail ready, and a sample. So when you log in, you'll see the current standard definition that the AFGC has defined. It allows you to do data entry. It'll check the things, what's required. It'll tell you online help. So hopefully helping you improve your data entry process. One of the nice things is, again, because it isn't an Excel spreadsheet, you'll have online access to who you sent it to, have they opened it. You'll be able to easily be able to update PIFs and resend them. One of the other nice things is because there is a portal-to-portal capability, when either your suppliers or your customers get online with their portal, you'll be able to exchange XML data between the portals. But until it happens, you can always send a PIF or an XML to your customer, and they can load it into their PLM system or recipe management system. And then likewise from your suppliers, you can request information. So before everyone has a portal, you can still start exchanging data and providing benefits to your company. So there are benefits for you people that have companies that have low volumes. You'll be able to enter data, get it approved, send it. If you've got to revise it, the next time you go from version 6 to version 6.2, if there's a change, the current format pops up. You transfer all the data into the new format. You approve it. You send it. So there are some productivity benefits, and you always know who's been sent which information. For people that have more PIFs, more customers, more suppliers, the benefits will be higher. If you've got a complex business process, or more complex, where maybe R&D does some entry, compliance does some entry, one or more approvers exist, you can configure the business process to be able to support that. Or again, it can be very simple. One person does data entry, one person does approval. It's configured to your needs. Being able to exchange information from portal to portal will be a benefit. So if you're getting information from your supplier, there'll be a benefit that you'll be able to load the data. And then likewise, if you send it to your customer, they'll be able to load their data. So there's a benefit. I think what will be important to many companies is just the information is at your access, at your fingertips. What are you working on? What's been sent? What has to be resent? So there's visibility that you won't have, and you always know what the file is. You don't have to go search for it. It's been revised to the latest version of the requirements for labeling and compliance in the Australia-New Zealand market. And if new things come on board, it'll be revised. Things like it's going to be easier to copy. So I think one of the big benefits is if you were on version 4. Whatever, going to 5, and you need to copy that, that was a hard thing to do between different formats of spreadsheets. In the new world, version 6 to version 6.2, you'll just be able to copy the data, and what's applicable gets transferred, and you only have to do a net change. One of the other things an online form should allow you to do is to be able to configure it. So if you have defaults, everything's organic, we'll attach your organic certification ones. If a section is not applicable to you, you can put not applicable and hide it. So for data entry and review, when you send it to your customer, they'll see the information is there that was deemed not applicable. And so again, there's a productivity benefit. Based on the customers we've worked with, it looks like 30 to 40% of fields are used per any one company. We actually have one company that actually puts in 10% of the data because they can default all the rest. So there should be productivity gains over and above what happened in the old Excel spreadsheets. So kind of how it works, there's a central data store you may have. We've got our database, but you may have a PLM system, a recipe management system. The idea is that the information can be integrated into the portal, can create version 6 PIFs, or things like specifications, or even manage documents that you may have to send to your customers, your letter of guarantee, your letter of insurance. The customer gets an email. They can review it. You can see that they've actually opened it or not. And when the portal-to-portal communication happens, this information will be going seamlessly between the two portals. And how that will happen is, if you look at the supplier side, the supplier will send you a notification. You accept the notification, you'll pull the XML data across, you'll be able to review it. If you like it, you'll be able to load it. But again, during this time, not everyone will have portals. So in that case, you can send requests to your suppliers to have them enter their PIFs. They'll be able to send it to you, you'll be able to review it. And then there's automated reminders and recertification, because stuff has to get updated on a periodic basis. And sometimes people get busy and they forgot to do it. So again, it can be a very simple process, or it can be a more complex process. So on the product side, one person could enter, one person could approve. 2 or 3 people could enter. R&D, compliance, packaging, 1 or more approvers may approve it. You'll be able to send a PDF or XML and tell your customers have portals. When the portals exist, you'll be able to send messaging and be able to transmit the XML between the portals. If your customer doesn't have a portal, they can view the information online for free. You're able to search what's been sent, what's been approved, what needs to be updated. All that information is at your fingertips. On the inbound side, you can request a PIF or a spec from your supplier, or documents, letter of guarantee, letter of insurance, and when they have portals, you can send information between the portals. You'll review the data. If you accept it, you'll import it. In that process, the supplier will enter the data. You have one or more person that could approve it. Again, this could be configurable, that sourcing looks at it, that R&D looks at it, compliance, or it could be one person. Once you post it, you can see the approved information and you can reuse it. And likewise, the system will send out late reminders on recertification requests. So periodically, maybe it's every 2 years or 3 years, you want your PIFs to be updated. If you've got supplier data, you may want it every year. That's configured by you. Not overly complex systems to implement, to support, and we should see good productivity. So pricing, it's based on number of approved PIFs. So you'll give us the number of approved PIFs. It's in ranges. You will be licensed annually. So about 2 months before the end of the year, we'll tell you how many PIFs you have in case they've radically increased. It's usually done in ranges, so we're not going to say if you said you have 10, now you've got 11. That's not going to break the bank. And we're trying to keep it simple. There are no user costs, no customer costs, no supplier costs to use the system. So if you'd like some more information, you can look at other recordings. We'll have a more detailed recording on our solution. This is just an overview of the PIF in general. You can click on this URL link and get the information from our website. Our partner in Australia is Connectivity. Christian is a member of the Connectivity group. They're helping us sell, implement, and support. They're a longtime food and beverage software and supply chain provider in the Australian market. Or you can send an email to myself or call me. So hopefully we look forward to helping you improve your business. And again, I do believe the PIF is something worth looking at. Have a good day.